Hi, welcome to Mindful Healthy Habits with Kevin. Today we're going to talk about life being murky or life being clear. When life is clear, everything seems to flow so nicely for you. You get the luck, you get the opportunities, you get the chances to do things that you never got to do. You get to advance and forward, make progress in your life that you never thought you could. When life is murky, you feel like you're stuck. You feel like you're not going anywhere. You feel like you're reactive all the time to every little thing, and you get annoyed easily. This can be summed up with one real nice example. Imagine you had a clear glass of water. You can see through that glass, no problem. That is what life is like when it's clear. You can see through the glass, all your opportunities come to you. You're living in the flow, things are just going really, really well. And then all of a sudden something gets in the water, maybe a little bit of dirt or sediment, and it gets cloudy, it gets murky. And as you try to pick up the glass and shake it, the sediment and the dirt go everywhere. Makes it worse. It mixes the dirt around in the glass, preventing you from even seeing through anymore. You're not able to see through. When that happens in your life, it's almost like you're lost. And you get really reactive, real panicky almost, because you can't see through. You're not living in the flow. You're going against the flow. And it's almost like you're blindfolded. You're lost. You're not able to see through the glass. And some people panic and they want to shake it to make it go away. But of course, that doesn't make it go away. It makes it worse. What you need to do is take a deep breath and let everything settle to the bottom. When that dirt eventually settles to the bottom, you're able to see through the glass again. You're able to see what you need to do. You don't always need to throw out the water and put new water in, because it's going to get murky. That's what life is like. Things are going to come up, and dirt and sand and sediment are always going to be put in your glass. All you can do is just let it settle to the bottom. How you do that is up to you. Healthy, self-soothing lifestyle, being able to breathe, use your breath anytime you need. Relaxing breaths where your inhale is through your nose, exhale nice and long, like the air coming out of a balloon. If you want the body to relax and settle, you have a longer exhale than your inhale. Sometimes you need balance. Sometimes your inhale and your exhale will be equal. But use your breath whenever you want to settle down. When you interact with other people, you have to realize that their life might be murky when you interact with them. You might be settled. You might be going really good. But you interact with somebody who just maybe an hour before, a day before, had their glass shaken. And they're in their murky stage right now. And maybe you do something and they react to you really, really aggressively. You have to realize that they're in their murky stage. They need to settle before you can talk to them. that awareness that as you walk around, people could be clear, their true selves, or they could be in their murky stage. Maybe tired, stressed. They're not able to see through their glass. All you can do in that situation is just settle yourself first. That's really important. You can't interact with somebody if you're not settled first. And by you settling yourself and then being presence around them, being a person that can just listen. You don't want to give too many instructions or advice when someone is murky. You want to just be a really calming presence, a settling presence for them. That will allow them to settle down. And once their dirt has fallen to the bottom and they're able to see clearly, that's when you're going to be able to give them advice. Say, hey, when this happens next time, try breathing. Try going for a walk. Try doing a self-soothing exercise that you really like. Try doing some mindfulness, maybe a quick inner body meditation. Something that will allow them to settle. Now, everybody is different. Some people are going to be clear when they go for a walk. Some people, it actually shakes it up more. When you go for a walk by yourself, if you're not careful and you think the whole time, if you're walking but you're thinking, would have, could have, should have, sometimes it makes it worse. So you got to use a mindfulness technique while you're walking, looking for different colors, looking for using your senses as you're walking, not just walking and thinking the whole time. Sometimes that makes it worse. When you meditate, try to slow down those thoughts. They're not going to completely stop, and that's not the point of meditation. The point of meditation is to drift away from your concentration and then be able to bring it back. And the quicker you can bring it back, the more settled you will be. So try to find a self-soothing exercise. Make a list, and every time you feel like your life is murky and you're not your true self, you can go to your list and start doing 2 or 3 or 4 things on your list to help settle down the dirt in your glass. If you try to shake the glass, it's not going to settle. It's going to make things worse. So just remember, when you're in that murky stage, if you interact with people, that can be dangerous at that point. Try to settle yourself first and then interact. What ends up happening so many times is somebody interacts with somebody in their murky stage and they make a mistake or 2. And then when their dirt finally settles at the bottom of their glass, that's when they have to come back and apologize. The awareness is kicked in. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry I did that. Don't let that happen to you over and over and over again. Realize that, oh, I'm in my murky stage. I'm annoyed by every little thing that's happening. I'm short with people. I'm not my genuine true self. Something is up. Take a moment to learn how to settle yourself. Learn what can, in that moment, can make me just calm down. Maybe it's taking yourself away, if you're able to, from all the interactions with people and just take a moment. Take a quick breath. That breath is so, so vital. And you have it with you anytime you want. You never forget it at home. You never lose it. You don't need a prescription or a subscription. It's with you all the time. So use that breath to your advantage. And when you interact with people, just remember they may be in their murky stage as well. So don't react to their reaction. Just be a settling presence for them and allow them to settle, and then you can interact with them. I think With enough practice and enough awareness, you'll know when somebody is settled and when somebody's not. And when somebody's not settled, just be very positive. Just be patient. Just wait for them to settle. Maybe give them a suggestion. Don't say, why are you like this? How come you were so nice yesterday? How come you're like that? People go. People have clear glasses of water, and then sometimes they go days or even weeks at a time being murky. You just have to be patient. Be a very calming presence for them. Just being around you when your glass is clear is going to help them to settle. If you're murky and you interact with somebody else that's murky, dangerous. Try to settle yourself first before you interact with somebody else. If in the heat of the moment you notice your anxiety come up and you notice that, uh-oh, I'm getting murky real fast here. I was clear, but now I'm murky. That's when you maybe have to step away. The awareness kicks in. It's like, whoa, this person, I was so content, or at least I thought I was. Sometimes you don't know just where you're at until you get tested, right? You might wake up in the morning feeling great, have a great morning routine, you jump into the vehicle on your way to work, and the littlest interaction with somebody on the road, and all of a sudden it comes up, and you're mad just so quickly, and you find yourself screaming and yelling at this person who maybe or maybe not was in the wrong. It doesn't matter. It's just that reaction, right? Why? Why did that come up so fast? Why did you have that reaction when you were really tested? If you're yelling at somebody first thing in the morning while you're in the car driving, what do you think is going to happen the rest of the day? Now let's take the reverse of that. Let's say you have a nice, really good morning. You're feeling good. And that same interaction happens. Person maybe cuts you off or gets upset with you, maybe gestures something at you, yells at something at you, and you take a deep breath and you're like, my bad. It's okay. You don't react to their reaction. You're under control. You have the awareness that I am not going murky this fast, this quickly in the morning. I'm staying calm. I'm not shaking my glass. I'm keeping, because the sediment was at the bottom. I'm keeping it there. I'm not shaking it first thing in the morning. No, no, no. I'm choosing to not react to that situation. In a matter of seconds, that person's going to drive away. You don't realize how quick these interactions happen sometimes. Don't let that reaction, that interaction with that person who's probably murky themselves. Something's going on in their life that's murky. And they're reacting to you, how you're driving, or, you didn't go right away at a green light and they're just honking at you just very aggressively. Just let that go. Be in control and just let that go. What happens is if you keep interacting like this throughout the day, start being a calming presence with other murky people around you, you're going to be like, it's going to be so powering. It's going to be almost addictive. Like, this person yelled at me. I'm going to take a couple of deep breaths. I'm going to say, it's okay. It's my bad. Sometimes that's all people need to hear. That's the easiest way for them to go away, is say, yeah, my fault. Even if it wasn't. Even if it wasn't, just let them have it. Let them have it. You don't need to defend yourself all the time. There's certain situations, yes, you do. But there's little situations throughout the day where you just let it go. Let them have this one. And then after, you're going to be like, wow, I feel much better. I feel better how I interacted with that person, because it didn't ruin my day. It didn't shake my glass Just imagine that interaction first thing in the morning and your glass is shaking, right? Your anxiety's up, your stress is up. And then now you go to work like that and you're interacting with people and they're like, whoa, what happened? How come this person is so agitated so quickly? It was because I didn't handle that situation in the morning very well. I let it get to me. Now I'm thinking about it all the time. The thoughts are overwhelming me. And then maybe I go to work and forget about it. And then, okay, I'm going to go have a walk. So I go out for a walk and then and it's one of the worst things you can do is go tell somebody, right? You call somebody, you wouldn't believe what happened to me today. And you recreate the event again. And now you're living that situation again. When situations like that happen, let it go. Don't keep talking about it all the time. I know people like to vent about stuff, but it brings up the event again and you're emotionally getting involved in it a second time. When you had settled and then you're choosing to shake the glass yourself and get everything murky again. Don't fall into that trap of keep telling people about all the bad things and unfortunate things that have happened to you throughout the day. One at a time, just let things go. Come back, settle your glass so that it's clear, you can see. And then at the end of the day, like, yeah, there's a few things that happened, but I handled it well. No need to talk about it now. It's over. How's your day? And then talk about the positive things in your life. You don't need to bring up every negative thing that happened to you. You don't want to recreate that, go through that emotional process once again. Clear your glass. Interact with people and try to be a calming presence for them to settle their glass as well. Go out into the world and be a calming presence to everyone around you and have control to keep yourself settled and present and aware as much as possible. I hope you enjoy today's lesson. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you.